over policing?
I'm sorry, sir. You're kind of demonstrating. You can't answer the question.
Would you like to talk about? I mean, we can talk about it. We can.
Okay.
Are you ready to address it, though?
Well,
are you ready to address it?
Yeah.
Because we can talk about black on black crime, but we need to talk about it as it pertains. We need to. Okay, let's talk about it, sis. I'm ready to talk about it.
All right, hold on. So let me just narrow this down. So let me just say this, okay?
All right.
So if you were to rank the 100 biggest problems in America,
yeah.
The fact that I know we're not a racist country is the best example you have. Is
okay,
some
so you know we're
story
not a
of you
racist
getting
country
kicked
based
out of a
on what?
DeSantis rally. If we were a racist country, you'd say, Charlie, I can't go in a convenience store. Charlie, I can't go into school.
Welcome back to my channel, guys. It's your boy Clinton White. Today, guys, I'll be checking out another Leaf Ritual clip from Turning Point and Charlie Cake. So this is on crazy rate debate results in students storming. So he stormed off after the debate got heated. I wonder what really went down. So guys, let's check it out.
All right, so I've been watching this for some 20 odd years. You know,
okay.
Oh, ma'am, you've been doing it forever. Welcome
Guys,
to the
let
First Amendment. I fought
sir,
for it.
can you just stay
this
focused on me?
taxpayer-paid jacket?
Sir.
Thank you. I brought it overseas.
What?
All right,
Why
sir,
is he talking to two
just ask
people
me
at
the
a
question.
time?
So what is it about conservatives and this whole racism thing? Like, you guys are always just saying that it's either not a thing or it's, you know, just not in any of the institutions or the police department. But it seems that over the past 18 years, we've had several race riots. And the biggest one being in 2020. So it's like, how are we still denying segregation in a city where we can clearly see what fucking neighborhoods are white, which ones are black, which ones are Latino, and we know how we got there. So it's like, what is it with conservatives and admitting that there's a problem and not addressing it? Because it seems like you guys want to be obsessed with, oh, the gender thing or the racism thing, and then you guys say, oh, it's not here, it's not a big problem. But why are millions of people rioting every couple years?
So let me ask you a question.
We can say that it's Democrats and shit, right?
Well, let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
So what do you think is a bigger problem facing America? Single fatherhood or racism?
Racism, by far. That's how
Can you
we
say
got
that? Say that in the microphone.
Racism, by far, because racism gets people killed, not single fatherhood.
Well, no, a single motherhood. Let me be more specific. So single moms, their fathers leaving the home, you think is a bigger problem than racism?
No, sir. I'm gonna repeat that one again for you. I think racism is a bigger problem than fathers being outside of the home. However, I do see fathers not being in the home is a problem.
Let's make sure we're defining our terms. How would you define racism then?
Racism is a system of oppression used by a certain group using prejudice, institutional power, and it's situated by the media, government, and all these other institutions.
Give me an example of one thing you as a black man cannot do that I as a white man can do in America.
Got you. Okay, so about 2 weeks ago, right? I went to a DeSantis rally. Got my ticket, all that good bullshit. Been to a million different, rallies of a kind, whether, I was a conservative at the time or whether I was a liberal, right? I know that as a black person, I am far more likely to be arrested for expressing my view, whether I am a conservative or a liberal. And I've done it on both sides. And oh, yes, I was arrested.
You were probably being a jerk.
Actually, and that's the best part. And that's the best part, right? That's the best part. I wasn't even being a jerk. And the courts even found our beloved courts.
Let me make sure I understand this. So you think the bigger problem than fathers not being in the home is a abstract conspiracy theory that you have that hecklers and jerks at political events are arrested because of the color of their skin? That's the best definition of institutional racism.
No, that's not my definition on racism. I did tell you what my definition. Give me an example of something
a white man like me can do that a black man like you can't do. Because guess what? If I showed up at a DeSantis event and started heckling, I'd be kicked out and arrested.
No, you would not. No, in fact, I even have evidence.
You know how I know that's true?
You want to know? Do you want to know how I know it's true?
White suburban kids from Highland Park, and they're arrested a lot more. Actually, when you see the mugshots. Yeah.
Oh, so white kids are arrested a lot more. Could that possibly be? Could that possibly be?
Can you talk into the mic?
And I'm just, and I'm just guessing here, could it possibly be that white people are arrested more because you have a higher population, and therefore by proximity, you are more like, because it's math, it's basic math. I know we hate math, I know we hate it, but I passed it,
Okay.
unlike y'all.
So let me ask you a question. How does racism contribute to black-on-black crime in Chicago? How is white people to blame for that?
Oh, actually, matter of fact, that's actually a whole other issue. So let's talk about, so you want to talk about intracommunal violence as it pertains to
so what does the white man have to do with that?
Oh, and that's a great thing. I love the red herring that you threw in there.
No, it's
hey,
a question.
intracommunal violence is proximal, right? So when we have segregation and we got races sitting in one area, and you got another race in another area. Now, we never ask white people, why is white-on-white crime so high with white people, and but instead we focus on black people.
Yeah, so out of the 530 murders in Chicago of the last year, how many were black-on-black crime?
Hey, I wasn't looking. But you know what I do know?
Well
but
over
you know,
420 of them were black-on-black gang-related crimes.
Sure.
How is that racism to blame?
No, for like racial crimes, like
now, are we going to
crime,
talk about over-policing?
I'm sorry, sir. You're kind of demonstrating. You can't answer the question.
Would you like to talk about? I mean, we can talk about it. We can.
Okay.
Are you ready to address it, though?
Well,
are you ready to address it?
Yeah.
Because we can talk about black-on-black crime, but we need to talk about it as it pertains. We need to. Okay, let's talk about it, sis. I'm ready to talk about it.
All right, hold on. So let me just narrow this down. So let me just say this, okay?
All right.
So if you were to rank the 100 biggest problems in America, the fact that I know we're not a racist country is the best example you have.
Okay, so you know we're not a
story of you
racist
getting
country
kicked
based
out of a
on what?
DeSantis rally. If we were a racist country, you'd say, Charlie, I can't go in a convenience store. Charlie, I can't go into school. No, we actually live in such a amazingly decent country that whoa.
do that, bro.
Let's not do that, okay?
All I did.
All right.
All I did was speak.
No, you're trying to pull it out.
Mostly peaceful, everybody. Mostly peaceful, okay?
I didn't lay hands on you.
All
I
right.
got witnesses. I did not touch you. No.
All right.
I touched the mic.
We're going to wrap this one up, but let me just say this.
We got racism we got racism all over the U.S. We just had a race riot 3 years ago.
Okay, so let's
in
talk
2020.
Wait, hold on.
And,
so,
oh my God! And then we had all 50 states plus 18 countries. But don't worry, Alex.
Wait, so by race riots you mean mass looting of big screen TVs? Let me tell you, it is not an argument in your favor that we're a racist country because blacks decide to start burning down Wendy's and stealing stuff. That's called criminality.
Actually, it is because you're not even looking as to why it happened. You're not even looking as to why it happened, and that's cool. You know, we can definitely play, obtuse on the whole issue. Yeah, black people were burning it down. Why? Racism. Racism was a big issue, and we can pretend that it's not a big issue. But hey, if you don't want to, then that's just called being obtuse. And that's why I asked you. Why did you have such a big problem with talking about racism? You want to claim that it's not there, and you can say all you want, but that still doesn't prove. That still does not.
If you want to talk about racism that could be proven, let me give you some examples of racism that could be proven. How about affirmative action at this college that discriminates against Asian students and white students? How about affirmative action hiring practices in the federal government? We are such a decent, non-racist country. The best example that he has is to show that he was mistreated. And if he acted like this at the DeSantis event, I can see why he was kicked out of the DeSantis event.
Yeah, actually, I don't in my opinion, like, both of them are. I'll actually make you points. I can't actually take sides, but like, both of them are right. I mean, it all depends on personal point of view, maybe like personal experiences and stuff. So, yeah. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about the video down in the comment section. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe.